Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. This came out in 1998. This is, like all good Scooby-Doo films, the cartoon ones. They're very quick, a little over an hour. This is like an hour, 17 minutes long. This started the re loving of Scooby-Doo. So there was the 98 Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, that was 99. Then there was other films, then there were the live-action films, and then more cartoon films and other live-action films with a different cast. It's just, Scooby-Doo's been around since the dawn of time. It's been a well-loved franchise for over 50, 60, 70 years, something like that. Long time. And it's so cool going back to my childhood. I was 8 years old. My brother was 6 years old when this movie came out. We were obsessed with this film. Watching this now as an adult, it is scary. It is a scary film. The stylizing, the coloring, the screens, the different perspectives of how they hand drew it, because it's all 2D. Very beautiful from an artistic perspective as well. The aesthetic is gorgeous. The Scooby-Doo aesthetic in general is gorgeous. But this was really interesting. It was very different because it wasn't a guy in a mask. It wasn't a girl in a mask. It was an actual backgrounded curse. So Scooby-Doo and the gang are in Louisiana. They went their separate ways after a bit. Then they came back. Daphne has her own TV show. She's investigating haunted stuff to see if something's really haunted. And this turns out to be a really haunted thing. So there's this woman, Lena, who is in town buying some stuff, meets up with the gang. Not planned, but they meet up, and she says, hey, I work on this pepper plantation on Moonscar Island. You know, it's pretty haunted if you want to check it out. So they all go on a ferry. They go down through the bayou, which I keep hearing Ray's voice through the bayou in Princess and the Frog, which is hysterical. But I'm from Long Island, right? I don't have this kind of geology. I don't have this nature where I'm from. So bayou and crawfish eating and, you know, things of that nature, right? That's very southern, you know, glades kind of thing. So I don't have that. So my only experience of that is whatever the media presents to me. So this is another version of media presenting to me, pop culture presenting to me, of knowing what the bayou is. So from Princess and the Frog and Scooby-Doo, I'll take it. Now, the gang gets to Zombie Island, even though it's called Moonscar Island. And so there's some haunted stuff. There's ghost stuff going on. You know, the gang is levitating for reasons unknown. There's, you know, hot pepper plants everywhere. Scooby-Doo is being surrounded by cats, and he hates cats, or rats, as he says. And the mistress of the island, Simone, she is in charge of the pepper plantation, right? So she's given a history of the pepper plantation, giving the gang a tour. But then the stuff starts to happen, and then there's zombies appearing out of nowhere. And then as time progresses, the harvest moon is approaching, and it turns out that Lena and Simone are, Miss Lenoir, are the ringleaders of this curse, that they were original settlers over 200 years ago. And 200 years ago as in, you know, the 1700s, 200 years ago, because this took place in the 1900s. And so they prayed to their cat god to give them strength to destroy the pirates that destroy their fellow settlers. And then the curse had to stay with them, and they had to lure tourists or lure other people into the island. That way they could take their life force to stay immortal and, you know, keep on living. And there's pirates, there's Civil War zombies, there's tourist zombies, there's other zombies from all different eras within a 200-year time period. The gardener Beau turns out to be a detective who was trying to figure out why there were so many disappearances in and around Moonscar Island. And so it was really cool getting the backstory. It was a wrapped up mystery, and that's what's great about Mystery Inc. is that, you know, they're on the case. They're trying to figure out what's going on and who's doing what when. So to have the cat creatures then be dissolved because they couldn't suck the life force out of the kids prior to the harvest moon passing, they now only have the pendant. But it wasn't just a person in a mask. It was an actual cursed story. It was 200 years worth of history. It's so cool seeing that, because it's different than the other Scooby-Doo stories. The other Scooby-Doo stories, most of them are, you know, just people in masks. And then the newer ones have more science twisted to it. Like, I can reanimate a pumpkin kind of a thing with science. But like, this 90s chunk and then the early 2000s chunk was very different, and it was very cool. So to see this now again in the Hanna-Barbera Warner Brothers time period of these movies, very beautiful. I'm very excited to continue on our Scooby-Doo marathon. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island withstands the test of time. The soundtrack is absolutely incredible, and the soundtrack was released alongside the Witch's Ghost soundtrack, so it was a dual soundtrack in one. My brother and I blasted this on repeat constantly. Anytime our mom drove us anywhere, we had to all listen to it and just constantly sing the song at the top of our lungs. Absolutely love it. Absolutely obsessed. Brings back good memories. Good memories in the backseat of the car, singing to the Scooby-Doo songs. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.